Hey there and welcome to Afterwork. My name is Valentine, and in this channel we talk about various data science topics that are important when you're starting out your data science career. If such topics interest you, be sure to subscribe to this channel. Alright, so let's get started with our topic of the day, data science trends in 2022, and these are going to be trends or observations that will likely happen in the year 22. They will be my own, and they will be as a result of what I have observed over the past few years as a data scientist. And I hope that after we've gone through this video, you will have an idea of what you might expect within the field of data science, and as a result, possibly position yourself and learn those particular tools that you possibly would need to learn as you become a data scientist. All right, so let's get started with our first data science trend, and that is data-driven consumer experience. And this is the process of being able to collect data about the customers that you're serving, and many organizations will continue to do this more optimally, as well as new organizations which are adopting data science will try to uncover more insights about the customers that they serve, majorly because they would want to be able to solve a customer's problem more effectively, and at the same time be able to come up with those products that they think would serve still the customer and solve a need that the customer faces. And the end goal would be to get more revenue. So in terms of data-driven consumer experience, this is something that will be observed in the year 2022, because data science is that particular field that continues to grow across many markets, both emerging and developing markets. And data-driven customer experience will allow organizations or companies be able to understand their customers better, and as a result be able to optimize their products and get the most out of what they're selling when it comes to selling products to their customers. So that's the first data science trend, data-driven customer experience. The second trend is growth of predictive analysis. If you have heard about data science, there are various types of analysis. There's descriptive, there is predictive, there is diagnostic, and there is prescriptive. But predictive analysis, which will be foreseen in the year 2022 in terms of growth, does involve the use of machine learning tools to make predictions. Possibly as a good example would be maybe to make predictions of what customers might end up possibly purchasing with regards to maybe products. If you're a retail store, you might want to make predictions on which particular categories of products sell most, based on some historical data that you have collected about customers. So the growth of predictive analysis will be something that will be noticeable within this particular year, considering that most of the data science organization will still leverage on the first data science trend, which is data-driven consumer experience, where they're going still to collect a lot of data about their customers, but at the same time they would want to make predictions about a certain aspect. How many possibly sales are they going to be making during a certain period of time, maybe during a particular season, and that will help them come up with intervention strategies, maybe to start campaigns in terms of product campaigns or promotion, or come up with promotions. So in terms of growth of predictive analysis, that is something that is going to be noticeable within this particular year for those organizations which take data science a lot more seriously. All right, so that's the second data science trend. The third data science trend is self-service customer AI, and this simply involves organizations which collect a lot of data and they have still a lot of customers. and they may not necessarily want to serve each customer. If they have thousands of customers, they may not necessarily want to hire more staff to be able to serve each and every individual customer, and they would in turn adopt self-service customer AI, which simply involves having a system that enables users themselves to access information and perform basic routine tasks that are normally performed by customer agents or customer service agents. And that might be just basically, being able to have such systems that carry out basic communication or to customers. Maybe rather than customers every now and then raising an issue about possibly, I would say, a particular problem that comes along. Maybe not even that. Even if a customer wants to schedule maybe something like a maintenance of a particular product within a product that they had purchased, maybe from an electronics company. Maybe they had purchased something like a washing machine and it needs to be reserviced. Rather than a customer directly calling that particular company that served them, give them that service or give them that product, the company would in turn develop a system that allows customers to be able to schedule all those particular tasks that they will need done by the company in in a way that does not require human intervention, does not require someone to be able to schedule. I think in my market where I'm based, this has been evident over the past years, where if you wanted to say if you had an issue with electricity, you would need to call the power company. And by calling them, there would be a hotline you call, and there would be someone who would pick up the phone on that end. But instead of that, you would call and get served by a self-service customer AI system that would schedule. It would address the issue that you have, and at the same time, it would maybe schedule for a particular staff from that company to visit and maybe fix a problem that you might have. So that's the third data science trend that would be noticeable in 2022 after data-driven consumer experience, growth of predictive analysis, as well as self-service customer AI. The fourth one, the final data science trend that I foresee happening in 2022 is better data regulation, with a lot of what we've mentioned happening, like companies collecting a lot of data with regards to their customers and being able to come up with products that would enhance the experience of the customers, as well as perform possibly predictive analysis, and also be able to come up with systems still that allow for a self-service sort of interaction. Then there'll be a lot of data that would be managed by these companies, and in an effort to ensure that the data is handled with care and it does not compromise the customers or users' privacy, and at the same time it's handled in a way that a user is aware and a user knows that they are much more safe. There will be more or better data regulations in those possibly jurisdictions where already there are those laws. So these are regulations which would continue to develop as all these other things within the data science field continues to happen. And it's usually also important to be aware of what those particular laws or are being introduced, or amendments that are being introduced within a particular ecosystem, so that as a data science professional, you're also aware of to what extent can you use customer data, and to what extent can you not use, let's say, customer data. All right, so those are the data science trends in 2022 that I foresee happening based off my observations in the past few years. So data-driven consumer experience, growth of predictive analysis, self-service customer AI, as well as better data regulations. There are also other trends that possibly would happen in 2022, which may not be covered in this video, but hope these ones give you a good idea of where the whole data science field will be during 2022, and it will give you an idea on how to position yourself as a data scientist, whether an emerging data scientist or even a already existing, or you've been in the field for a few years, so you might also get just some clarity on possibly what would happen. Alright, so if you liked this video, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. It actually enables, it allows YouTube to give recommendations to possibly other persons who might be interested in this topic. And if you also would want to get informed of future videos, be sure to subscribe, and see you in the next video.